The chairman of the National Media Commission, Yaw Boadu-Ayeboafo, has ignited public backlash with his critique of the Ghana Journalists Association's media blackout against certain members of parliament. Mr. Ayeboafo's remarks, which questioned the blackout's alignment with public interest, have drawn sharp condemnation from media advocacy groups.
The controversy centers on the Ghana Journalists Association's move to enforce a media blackout on specific members of parliament accused of misconduct or unethical conduct. Notably, Member of Parliament for Ewutu-Senya East, Mavis Hawakumsing, and MP for Yendi, Farouk Aliu Mahama, have been under blackout for the attacks on journalists during the NPP's parliamentary primaries. The blackout, as stated by the GJA, is aimed at pressuring MPs to address grievances and uphold professional standards. However, the chairman of the National Media Commission, Yaw Boadu-Ayeboafo, while condemning the attacks on media personnel, criticized the GJA's directive and described it as dysfunctional and unproductive in serving the public interest.
I still hold the position that whilst it is disheartening for journalists to be attacked violently, the unilateral resolve to black out or boycott is not the most productive reaction. We cannot fight impunity with impunity. I will support any effort to ensure that justice is done against all such deviant acts, rather than blackout or boycott. We must follow the rule of law and the due process. Condemning such acts is in order, but not the blackout or boycott. While the call for boycott or blackout may be popular, it may not be productive or functional to the public interest.
The president of the GJA, in response, expressed dissatisfaction with Mr. Ayeboafo's remarks.
He is a senior journalist and a veteran. He didn't take his time to even ascertain from us what even informed the position, what has gone into it. He hasn't communicated to us. He hasn't gotten any information from us. And you just come here and tell us that it is just populist and it's dysfunctional. We expected him to tell us the functional measures and the functional ways we could solve this. He couldn't give us functional ways and he has run away.
The NMC stance has triggered heated debate, with critics arguing that such comments undermine the Commission's purpose.
I would think that the comments by the NMC chair are disappointing. Disappointing because we had expected the NMC to be at the forefront of the efforts to seek redress for the violations perpetrated against the journalists. If we didn't hear the NMC condemning the attacks on the journalists, we don't expect them to come and be critical of measures that other organizations within the media space have taken to ensure the protection of journalists.
Meanwhile, the Alliance for Social Equity and Public Accountability, ASEPA, supports the GJA's decision, viewing it as a necessary step to combat the increasing assaults on journalists.
You have children who can become journalists tomorrow. You have children who can become... So if your children become journalists tomorrow, they should beat them. And tomorrow they should go and put a microphone on the mouth of the same people who beat them to pulp. So if the NMC have taken sides between a matter involving journalists on one side, and then politicians who are attacking the journalists on one side, and the journalist chairman of the NMC has taken the side of the attackers. You see why I say that the media, you are your own problems. You are your own problems. We have an information minister who was a journalist. Under his watch, we've seen the most barbaric attack on the media ever seen in the history of this country. But we have the Minister for Information who's a former journalist, your own member. Now you have the chairman of the NMC who is also a former journalist. So you people, they are beating you. They are not paying you people well. They are beating you. they are disrespecting you.
They
are doing all manner of things.
They have signed into law. They have passed the right to information bill.
And then when you,
they have passed the right to information
yourselves
bill.
rise to the
it's now a law.
To positions where you can take decisions to protect your fellow members. Look at the ridiculousness of the things he's saying. That I should sit down for somebody to come to my house, come and attack me, come and beat me to pulp. The following day, I should give the same person the platform to come and talk.